Thank you, Madam Speaker. It's an honor and a privilege to stand in this chamber and speak to Bill 9. I want to be very clear. My hope in this country and other countries is that there is never, ever another abortion. It pains my heart that women have to go through that. But again, being a male, what do I know? I am going to support this bill. But I want to paint a picture and the reason why I support this bill and the 50-meter setback. Because I think it's important. And I think back in my career as a paramedic, there's been 3 calls. We know that post-traumatic stress syndrome, for some people, just one day clicks in. It could be anything that triggers it. And I'll tell you what, those 3 calls that I attended, if I ever have post-traumatic stress syndrome, it's probably because of those 3 calls. And those 3 calls are where women self-aborted their child. Now, you can't imagine walking in to a bathroom where the floor is filled with blood and water. And the patient is on the ground, bleeding to death. And what you see is a fetus torn in 2. This wasn't 50 years ago. This wasn't 100 years ago. This was in this past decade. No woman should ever have to feel alone. No woman should ever have to go through that. No paramedic, no firefighter, no police officer that comes across that call should ever have to see that. I will never, ever forget that. I will never erase those memories. And when we speak in this house about these issues, they matter. We disagree on them. Like I said, I do not want to see a woman get another abortion ever. And the way I believe that we achieve that based on my faith is that we work in the community with people, we educate people, we care for people with compassion and understanding, with love. That is how we are going to get to the heart of this issue, trying to curb abortions through education. So I'm going to suggest in this house to the government, to the official opposition and everybody, this is not a political football. This is not something that we're trying to pin somebody back and forth trying to earn votes. We're talking about women's lives. We're talking about the lives of children inside the womb. Let's show some compassion. Let's speak honestly about this. Because again, no woman should ever have to go through the things that I've seen them go through. And having people deter them at the doorway, again, I think the people in these clinics are well intended to try to educate women, give them the best care, the best support. And a 50-meter setback, I think, is reasonable. That's why I'll be supporting this bill. But again, let's not make this a political football and move on and vote on this bill. Thank you.